if you guys have any suggestions or something you want to see how it's done on a Ram pickup truck, we got a 2500. We also got a 1500. Just let us know in the comments below, and if we can get to it, we'll get to it for you guys. Thanks.
Or if there's anything, I mean, you've worked on just about everything.
Yeah. Any other cars, any suggestions, let us know, and he'll get with me, and I can give you guys some tips.
He might not be pretty, but he's pretty damn smart. We have another check engine light. And this time it was saying it's oil pressure. What do you call it now instead of oil sending unit?
Oil pressure sensor.
Oil pressure sensor. And my oil pressure gauge, I don't know if this is an indicator or not, it's showing like really, really high.
Oil pressure. That's for the VVT, but it still lets you know how much pressure
Oil
you
pressure, PSI, 99.7. All right, so we're gonna change it out. We're gonna show you where that's at. It takes about, what, 2 minutes? As long as you don't burn yourself.
There's
what
your code. P0520.
P0520 oil, engine oil pressure sensor circuit. All right. He can't get in there. It's too warm.
Hey, look. Oil.
Is it shooting oil in there?
PCV valve.
That's bad too? What are you doing to my truck right now?
Getting shit out of my way.
It's got oil going into the filter too.
Yeah, we'll check that in a minute. There's an easier way of getting to it. One hose clamp and take that hose off, and look at all the room you got now.
Like you were saying, there's a little bit of good time to check other stuff. There's a little bit of oil. PCV valve.
PCV valve.
You just got that little red clip on there?
Yeah, you get that release, just push down on it. Under your connector, look down your terminals, always make sure no oil in them.
How's it look?
Looks good. A lot of times when these go bad, you'll get oil in the wires. And it's a good time to change the connector out.
All right, now you said there's a right tool for this.
There's a special socket for these. You see how that's chamfered on the edges, all different spots, it's flat. You can either buy the special socket, or you can find a socket that fits.
Which you got?
This is an 1 1/16 socket.
It'll work just
and
fine.
It fits just fine.
Deep well.
Yeah, deep well, because you don't want to hit the connector. May have to get an extension for this one to get in there, but it looks like we're going to be all right. A little bit of oil. But you're going to look at your connectors, see how that's still dry. A lot of them, they'll start leaking out the back here. It'll actually wick oil up through to your PCM.
Okay, on this old one, you can see it only threaded in like 1/3 of the way. So you don't need to crank down on them until they're all the way screwed in. What did you say, you could break them off?
Yeah, you can snap them off.
So just go about that far in, because that's probably a factory there.
Turn it in with the brass, don't turn it to the connector. You break the connector off and you'll be doing it again. You just gotta snug these up. You ain't gotta go super tight with them. I like to make sure the connector's in the same place it was before, because the wires already have that memory. I'm 180 out. That way you're not fighting your connector, it goes right back on. You hear it click, and then bring your red back in and make sure your cable stays on tight.
Is there clean oil? There we go.
There's your PCV valve port. Wipe off inside here, it's the cavity for it.
It's a little dirty, ain't it?
That ain't real bad though. Probably starting to go bad, but not to the point yet where it's...
Need to be changed out?
Oh, that's up to you.
I was waiting for the next check engine light.
There you go. Next week.
Yeah. You know what's weird? I was watching on YouTube And apparently, if you're getting all these views and everything else, and you're not monetized, they're putting ads on my videos now. So YouTube's getting 100% of the profit.
Yep.
So
Name of the game.
I need subscribers, so YouTube stops stealing all my money. I need to make a few bucks to pay for these parts. Yeah, so if you like the video, just comment, subscribe, help a brother out.
Go ahead.
Now you can see that the oil pressure, it was up past the third line, and now it's a little bit over half, isn't it? Or right about the halfway mark to where it should be.
And if you go back in the scanner now, look at your oil pressure now at idle.
Let's see, where's it at?
The
Oil
one
pressure PSI is now at 37.6.
Before it was at 99.
So yeah, 38 now, 37. So yeah, we're a lot better than where we were.
So there's nothing wrong with the truck. The
Well, no, it's a
computer
Dodge.
just thought that it was getting more pressure when it should, when really it was just a sensor going bad. So the first thing you guys need to do when you get a sensor code, replace the sensor. It's the cheapest part before you go digging into the PCM to look for something there.
And yeah, now we just got to take the check engine light off, and they'll just reset it, and we'll be good to go.
For you.
So for 50 bucks and a good son-in-law, the truck is fixed, and it's just one of those deals. It's an easy one. And just so you know, and you've seen the oil pressure gauge, that's good indicator too that that's what it was, just a pressure sensor or whatever. And
If you see them running low, usually that's when they're leaking, those sensors. If the gauge is running below half and you have a little bit of oil dripping from that sensor, more than likely it's the sensor bypassing through.
all right, I guess that's it. It's a good day, no oil leaks, oil pressure's good. We'll see how next time check engine light comes on.